very good friends, Anthony Davis, used to play for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, an offensive lineman, blocked for Carnell Williams. He coached Michael Penix at Tampa Bay Tech here. So, like, there's a little bit of connection, and I you know, like, look, no hate. I hope he does well. I don't see it. But, like, you know, they signed Kirk Cousins, so maybe Fish is right, and this is a Jordan Love situation. I almost said Caleb Love. That's weird. Jordan Love situation where they sit him for a few years, and it could be good. I mean, look, you don't get to this point without talent, so let's see what happens.
Well, obviously, they believe that Penix is going to be sitting the bench because Kirk Cousins signed an extension of 4 years. So they're only going to keep him probably for 2, and they're probably going to get rid of him. That's what I believe. They're going to give Michael Penix at least 2 years to sit the bench, learn the offense, learn his strengths and his weaknesses, and fix whatever his weaknesses are, which he has quite a few of them. So I'm very surprised that it went up. He went all the way up to 8. I really thought he was a second-day quarterback. I did not think he was a first-day quarterback. I'm surprised.
Yeah, it was surprising based on the recent draft rumors between the injuries, between the accuracy metrics that a lot of coaches didn't like. But I think in this type of scheme, it definitely can work when you're bringing in a coordinator from the Rams. We've seen that offense work in other places in the NFL. And I think him learning for Cousins behind 2 years makes that kind of situation work. Now, I think they have to make sure they keep all these skilled players intact. They have to make a difference with Kyle Pitts and guys like that this year for a lot of them. And that's where I think the Falcons have to figure it out with a new front office. But still, I think the upside is still there for Penix. He's good at intermediate throws, not overly mobile, but intermediate throws can make it work.
Let me ask you a question. Do you think they do this if they didn't have Kirk Cousins? I wouldn't.
No, I don't think so.
I think they did this strictly because they knew Kirk Cousins was there, and they're giving the kid at least 2 years to learn.
Right, but what did they give Cousins? Is that a 2-year deal or a 3-year?
4-year deal.
4-year deal.
It's a 4-year
deal.
Yeah.
Right, but they can throw the end away
after the second year.
That's the idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but he's getting right. But he's right. So it's 2 years basically, and then they have it out.
Yes.
And this goes back to what I was saying before about the quarterbacks. We have a direct comparison now between Michael Penix prospect this year and Quinn Ewers prospect next year. And Michael Penix it's Quinn Ewers in the national semifinal this year. Like there was a clear difference on who was better.
Right.
But I do love the talent of him once it gets to that level too. And I think this at least the offensive coaching staff, I'm not sure about Raheem Morris, but at least the offensive coaching staff is a good fit for that kind of growth as a pocket quarterback, an intermediate thrower, which he was at Washington and really grew his game, even in Indiana at certain points.
By the way, this is the first time in NFL history 4 quarterbacks were drafted in the top 10. That's the first time it's ever happened. And who would have thought the 4th guy was going to be Michael Penix? Everybody was saying it was J.J. McCarthy. And where does J.J. McCarthy fall? Does he go to Minnesota now?
Yeah, I mean, the Vikings they have no choice, or they have a trade back situation. I don't know. That's weird.
Well, they found it. I'm calling Chicago.
J.J. McCarthy
there might not have to trade at all to get their guy.
Go ahead, Wes. What did you say?
I think McCarthy falls where he belongs, which is in the 2nd or the 3rd round. Maybe I'm looking at this all wrong, but J.J. McCarthy was never in a situation playing for the team up north where he had to outright be the reason they won a game. He did not have to face a ton of adversity. He played in the Big Ten, which is pretty soft. There was never a point in his playing career where we would say this man is one of the best in the country. I'm not saying he's bad. He just doesn't belong in the first round. I think that the 4 that have been taken already are so good. And I think Bo Nix is better than J.J. McCarthy for sure. I mean, the tape shows it. The defense that Michigan had never put him in a bad position.